we also need to remember, which I don't think gets talked enough with learning, that it's just not a cognitive function. It's an emotion, it's a body function, it's a mindset that a lot of people bring into this that people don't recognize initially. Talk to me more about the mindset and with Carol Dweck's work, the growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. That's gotten a lot of play throughout the years. But really, it's a whole body, whole brain process that affects your learning. It's not just having these great learning strategies, but what are you doing for your body, for your emotions, and that mindset that's so critical that you bring to the learning experience.
Well, and I think, Charles, you mentioned the growth mindset. I think the growth mindset has been bandied around so much that we forget about some other really important psychological variables that are important here. Self-efficacy, the belief that you can do something. I mean, classics, your self-evaluation or self-esteem, your belief in yourself and how you respond to failure of learning, right? So self-efficacy, self-esteem, I mean, these are really important psychological variables that I think we've got to keep in mind when we're trying to get a bunch of people to learn something. And, I think you threw the word health in there. I think we forget that if we're mentally unhealthy or physically unhealthy, or we're not eating right, or we're not getting physical activity or practicing mindfulness, and my favorite that I love to think about and talk about all the time is if we don't feel supported, right? Social support's a big deal. And whether you're in a corporation with coworkers or in a classroom with teachers and peers, how supported you feel sets the environment for learning to take place. And we learn better when we feel supported. We learn better when we believe we can do it, self-efficacy, right? And I think that's why it's not just the strategies. And, with all due respect to my cognitive scientist co-author, John, yeah, cognitive science is big, but we can't forget about the health psych and the social psych and all those other elements in there.
And that's so important. You're right. Is looking at the whole package, and that's really critical to understand. It's the health side. It's the self-efficacy. Do I have the belief that I can do it? Is there the social support? Which you're right, Regan, never gets talked about or talks gets talked about very little. And this all affects the way, the speed, the efficacy of the learning experience. So it's important to bring all those into bear into mind as you're trying to optimize that learning environment.